Yeah. You already know what time it is. It's that official time. Where we take this worldwide. Let's go. Listen. So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape, definitely bringing you the power of pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point, then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Power Slam show. Let's go. Turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam show. Turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam show. Turn it up.
And 9, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris Featherstone, Pancakes and Power Slam show. We are live in living color, getting funky like a monkey, if you will, baby. Yeah. So fans choice. We talked a month and a half ago. We got a lot on the show tonight. Action-packed show tonight. We got some Royal Rumble stuff. We got a lot of trivia tonight. We got some headlines. But without further ado, remember when we had a conversation about a month and a half ago with this person, and he said that his birthday is January 30th. And I said, you know what? We're going to bring you back on for the show. And he said, all right, let's do it. and we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it right now, ladies and gentlemen. This person last on the PNP Year End Awards for 2019, he had an award for best guest, best interview, and the most shocking moment with the story with Kerry Von Erich. So he had 3 awards on the Pancakes and Powerslam show. People are ready. Daniel's ready. Elvis is ready. Antoine Mo is ready. And Black Bart, ladies and gentlemen, is one of Antoine's favorite guests. And Elvis, thank you, man. Happy birthday to my kiddo, my middle child, my youngest son, Ian. He turned 5 last Sunday. So thank you for remembering that, Elvis. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, he is Black Bart. How you doing, my friend?
Hey guys, how y'all doing, man? Appreciate all the votes for old Bartsky, and I'm beside myself. I don't even know what to say. I just found out. I knew I won 1, but I didn't realize that I won 3 different categories or awards or whatever. But I'm just dadgum proud that y'all voted for old Black Bart.
Nice, man.
Brother.
So we're gonna do today, as Bart and I we discussed. So it's gonna be a shorter version. Black Bart's always on the show. We're gonna have him on again. He's got a string of shoot interviews that he's been doing. So go check that out with Title Match Wrestling. I'm gonna give them a plug because Bart's my buddy. So I'm gonna
appreciate that, brother.
Support him anywhere it goes.
The deadgum things are looks like they're gonna go viral. That's another thing that I've got on my messenger and all the fans out there that are viewing them things and enjoying them and you know they're messaging me and saying, you know, how much they enjoy them, and that I'm honest. I try to be honest, and I try to be as open as I can about all of it. You know, there's some things that I won't. There's certain stories that I'll tell, but I won't tell the roughest part of it. Because, you know, if you can have a friend in this deadgum business, you know, you have to cherish that friend and that friendship.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, and I love me and Maniac Mike Davis was friends, and he's passed on 10 years ago, something like that. But love him to death, brother. Still love him. Still love him.
Rock RPMs, right?
There you go, brother. There you go. Tommy Lane and Maniac Mike Davis.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My buddy, man.
Yeah, the RPMs back in the day. Yeah, I remember that. I remember Mike Davis, and I remember him when he was in Global too, when he was kind of like a insane type of gimmick.
Maniac, yeah, the Maniac. Maniac. He got shot to the moon. And come back. He come back with a moon rock in his hand.
Yep.
Well, moon rock. I said, Mike, it's a regular. No, it's a moon rock. It's a bad gum rock. Yeah, he was great. And, me and him made many trips together. I could tell you some. Wow. Tommy Lane too. But there's no camaraderie of guys like that nowadays. I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
But if they are, they don't talk about it. But, yeah. But
good stuff, man.
It's I don't want to take up too much of your time or anything like that. But you know, I'm going to get Tony. Can I say something about Tony? You called his last name a while ago.
Schiavone. Yeah.
Schiavone.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone, my good friend in the business. Tony, you're burying old Black Bart out there, brother. And I'm telling you right now, the stuff, the jokes that you are making, the comments that you are saying, you and Bruce Prichard, which was Brother Love, and supposedly I was very, very tight with Brother Love's brother, but maybe I wasn't. I don't know how I don't know, but when you poking fun at somebody and you making joke of somebody that dedicated his life to the business, and you call me some names on there, brother. I can't repeat. I wouldn't repeat. And you take God's name in vain over and over and over and over, and it just makes you look like stupid idiots. And that's what you are, as far as I'm concerned. I had respect for the both of you, but now I have no respect for you, Tony, or you, Bruce, Brother Love. Y'all is this, far as I'm concerned, fell off the map. You fell off the earth at the end when you started using them brains. But I just wanted to get that in, brother Chris. I'm highly upset, and there's going to be some shoot interviews coming up that's going to singe. It's going to set some stuff on fire, you know. And I'm sitting here shaking. I'm so, man,
rattled.
I mean, it hit me right here. It hit me right here where the zipper is. It hit me. It hit me hard. Yeah. And Tony, for you, brother, to say the things that you said about Black Bart, the guy that give you free rides, the guy that fed you out on the road when you was trying to become an announcer, brother, I will never, ever forgive you. I will never, ever forget what you said about Black Bart. Now, with that said, I want to get off of that, brother.
That's right, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. You're okay, man. No problem. No problem. All right. Got it out. Ooh.
All right, brother.
My shirt says "I am free."
Yeah, brother. I mean, I'm sure I got it runs up and down my spine like a dead-gum rattlesnake. Now, I ain't talking about Steve Austin neither. But anyhow, we're supposed to do some questions or something. Just get me off of this.
Yeah. So the plan for the night, guys, for the PNP Nation is to basically what we're going to do tonight. We got a lot to talk about. Want to bring Bart on the show tonight to celebrate his birthday. I got something for you, Bart, at the end that'll make you feel real good, man. So make it put a smile on your face. So I'm gonna save that for the end. All right. So what we're gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna get a few names. Black Bart's worked with everybody. Any name from the 80s, 90s, any name, Bart has worked with them. So what we're gonna do, PNP Nation, is shoot a name out there. We're gonna do about 4 or 5 names. Just shoot a name real quick out there, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and say the name. I'll post the name up, put it on the screen, and he's going to talk about just his time with whoever name you throw out and whatever experiences that he had with this person. So that's what we're gonna do tonight, guys. But before that, shout out to one of the people on the Wrench Mob, Cole. He says, "What's the chances of me meeting you for lunch or dinner one day? I live in Buffalo, and Weatherford is just a hop away."
No. You want me to answer that?
Mm-hmm.
I have a grandson that I've had since he was 2 months old, and that's what 5 days a week. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I take care of him and everything. 7 days a week, 24/7 is wrapped around him. And to meet you on a day other than Thursday, I mean, Thursday I'm open, except I try to do my doctor's appointments and stuff like that on Thursday. On Wednesdays I have a treatment. It's for diabetes, and it's a special treatment that a new thing going around, and I have to spend all day long up there in Fort Worth doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you want to come out here and meet me at 10 Top and there's a cafe there, and it's about 15 minutes from my house. On the Thursday, I drive up there and meet and talk to you.
Sounds good. Well, he'll I'll be the middleman between the two. He'll contact me, and I'll contact you. I'll give you a call, Bart, and maybe we can set something up, man. So
coming from, that's a long dead-gum ride.
Yes.
In an airplane to DFW from Buffalo.
Yeah, that is.
Hey, brother, but if you want to talk to me, you can come out here to my house and I'll talk to you.
Sounds good.
You go out right. Guns. You don't have to go get something to eat. I got plenty of food here.
There you go.
But anyway.
There you go. All right, I got some names for you, Bart. Nick, the first one from Antoine, Ric Flair.
Brother, yeah, me and Ric Flair goes back to almost to the beginning of his career, and almost the beginning of my career was one of my matches that I talk about a lot is with Ric Flair. When they asked, they wanted me to do a job for Flair, I said, okay, I'll do. I did jobs for everybody when I started out, okay, but brother, to get in the ring with Ric Flair as early as and as green as I was, it was how would you say it was an honor, it was a pleasure. I mean, it's a night off, but it didn't. Later in my career, as he went on, he went all the way to the world heavyweight champion. I went on to become a world heavyweight champion too. Mm-hmm. Maybe not in the biggest arena, or J.J. Dillon put it, you want to be a small fish in a small pond, or you want to be a small fish in a big pond, or but anyway, Flair become NWA world heavyweight champion and WCW world heavyweight. I become WCCW world heavyweight champion, and I held every belt there was to offer in the whole realm of things. We did the interview, the sitcom on TBS, the Desperados, looking for Stan Hansen. Okay, mm-hmm. Stan Hansen was just thrown out there. Okay, I considered Ric Flair my friend up to that point. Mm-hmm. When that happened, it aired on TBS. It was a 90-minute thing, and it aired on Saturday, and they chopped it up in pieces. It was supposed to be sold to Fox Network and become a sitcom on Fox Network. Mm-hmm. Well, Ric Flair went to Ted Turner and told Ted Turner, you give them 3 jabronis all that TV time, you give you world champion none. Well, Ric Flair, on every Saturday, he had a 15 to 20-minute segment every Saturday, no matter what. Mm-hmm. Okay, for him to bury us, me and Dutch Mantell and Randy Colley, was dead-eye dick. And I just watched the thing the other day. You can watch it. You can watch it on that same YouTube thing that my shoot interviews on, mm-hmm. Or bits and pieces of it. Mm-hmm. They chopped it up and sold it everywhere probably. But Ric Flair had done that, and he just put a knife right here and went like that all the way across old Bart's throat. But what Randy and Dutch, they wanted more money, okay? So they didn't sign their contracts. I just wanted to work. I just wanted to be able to feed my family, And by that, I told Jay, bring me my contract, JJ. I'll sign it. Just bring it. I'll sign it. That'll be the end of it. Mm-hmm. I'll work and whatever. And it wasn't a bad one, but in the way it is today, it wouldn't amount to a hill of beans to these guys today. But to me, it was good money, and that's the only thing that counted. And my good friend Ric Flair, is the reason that I had to leave. I mean, he pretty well cut my career, probably 10 years off of my career. And
wow.
I forgive him, but I won't forget. And
yeah,
it's like Bruce Prichard and Tony. I forgive you, but I won't forget it, brother. I will not ever forget it. So
yeah,
that's,
Barry Windham.
The yellow dog.
Yeah.
I wrestled Barry. Good gravy. And Mike Rotundo, me and Bass, I think we took the belts actually off of Barry Windham and Mike Davis. And because Rotundo was in Japan or someplace, was in the Florida territory. And I had, brother, his daddy, Blackjack Mulligan, me and Blackjack had some knockdown, drag outs, and me and Barry had some too. Barry fights you now. Yeah. He knocked dust off of you, and don't think he wouldn't, but he was a lot better. A looser worker than his daddy. His daddy just this club you beat you to death. But Barry, I rate Barry, Ricky Steamboat is probably the very best wrestler that you could get in the ring with. Mm-hmm. And taking care of each other's bodies and we wrestled 20 times, 25 times a week on TVs on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and we wrestled 8, 9, 10 times. Okay. And it wasn't nothing. We wanted to take care of our bodies and take care of each other's body. And I rate Barry Windham right up there to the top.
Nice.
Right underneath Ricky Steamboat, right there. Mm-hmm. But he could fight, and he would fight you if you wished him off. One of the worst things I know about Barry is me and Bass walked in the dressing room down there. It's in Orlando or somewhere, but dropped our bags down, and Billy Jack Haynes was just beating the heck, real, just beating him up. Beating up Black Mulligan walked in. I said, man, it's fixing to hit the fan.
He was beating up.
Hit the fan because Jack walked in. Billy Jack is beating up Barry.
Oh, wow.
In the dressing room now.
Wow.
And Jack just walked in, put his back down. Jack Haynes was Johnny bad. You know what, brother?
I heard he was a tough one.
Yes, brother, he was bad to the bone. There's nobody jack with him.
Yeah,
including Mulligan, and that shocked me.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I heard Billy Jack Haynes was a tough one. Yeah,
his brother was good, very, very good too. I can't remember his brother's name, but he was very
Kendall.
Kendall Windham, and very, very, very good, very, very good. The territory I'm talking about was one of the best territories that I ever worked in my life. Mm-hmm. All the guys loved each other, took care of each other, and we all made good money. Doing the gigs. Mm-hmm. We made good money, Tony, doing that. You son of a sack of hammerheads. But Barry Windham was great to be around and great to be in the ring with. And just as far as I am concerned, one of the nicest guys that ever come down the pike.
Cool. A few more. Manny Fernandez.
My brother. Boy. Now, boy, these are. I done these, Chris. These are following along with my shoot interviews. I wrestled Manny on one of the biggest Starcade I don't remember what Starrcade 85 or 84, I think, in North Fork, Virginia, and we was at a restaurant, okay, and I just wrestled him, and he was a little tough, and I heard he was ex-Marine and or ex-Army guy or ex-something, and he was supposed to be bad to the bone, brother. We had good matches, very good matches, and I enjoyed working with Manny. But brother, when we wrestled and had a bull rope match, and that night, staying in the same motel room, little restaurant, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, both been up drinking all night long. Manny is in the restaurant. I'm in the restaurant. There ain't 15 people in there, but they're all sitting around Manny, right? Yeah. I'm over there trying to eat my dadgum whatever, and I feel food bouncing, hitting old Bart in the back of the head. I said, no, it can't be. It can't be. I turn around, I look, and there's old Manning over there with these girls all around this table, and food comes. I turn around, I'm trying to eat, hitting old Bart in the back of the head with his food. And I said, Manny, get outside, buddy. Me and you fixing to go. He said, what? Well, the people on the restaurant they're called cops. Well, me and Manny goes outside, and I said, man, what is wrong with you? Them people who's at the matches, they seen us fight each other. You think I'm gonna bounce the food off my head in a dadgum restaurant, and I ain't gonna do nothing about it. I said, man. I said, and here come the cops. Well, when Manny he had an audience, so he started, yeah. Cop looked at me and said, is there something wrong? I said, no, sir. My room's right over there. I'm going to lay down and go to bed and get up and fly out of here in the morning. Thank you very much. Manny was a good guy, but he's a little bit on the weird side. Don't think he ain't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks like 84 brass knuckles title.
84. Who in 84 brass knuckles title? Who'd I wrestle?
Manny. That's Starrcade 84. Yep.
Oh, it was a brass. Oh, okay. That's it. That's it.
NWA Mid-Atlantic Brass Knuckles title.
There you go.
Starrcade 84, the $1 Million Challenge.
Yep.
Greensboro, North Carolina. All right. Let's do 2 more. Sting.
My buddy Sting. When God, Sting. You remember Chris, when Jim Crockett bought out Louisiana Territory?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sting was down there wrestling as Blade Runners with Ultimate Warrior.
Yep.
Okay. They were in here again. They were in like cut off blue jeans, it looked like to me anyway, and combat boots.
Yeah.
And when we got Sting, he was greener than Al. Ultimate Warrior left and come to Texas with Fritz. I think it was Fritz at the time. I may not be absolutely correct on that, but Sting stayed with WCW and Jim Crockett.
Yeah, he went to World Class. Warrior was Dingo Warrior. He went with Fritz.
Dingo Warrior. The Dingo. Okay, yeah, okay, not the Ultimate, but the Dingo Warrior.
Well, he was. Yeah, he was the Dingo Warrior, and he became the Ultimate Warrior in WWE. Yeah.
Exactly. I got him later. I got Dingo Warrior later, but Sting, brother, was one of the bestest guys. I mean, he was a pleasure. It was yes sir and no sir and thank you sir and how much to this and how much of this and how do I do it like that or do it like this or do it like how do I just tell me how.
Mm-hmm.
Just and they kind of put him with I remember Rick Steiner was in there.
Yep.
Rick Steiner was like a crowbar. He was a crowbar. He was a collegiate wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
But Sting was, and this is before the paint and before we build him. It's another thing that I've done in my career, and the Sting just put it in my head, got my memory back. Jim Crockett would buy a territory out, and then he would send, I want to call it the B team, which was me and Maniac Mike Davis and Tommy Lane and Dick Slater, Buzz Sawyer.
Mm-hmm.
That was the team that he sent in to build the territory up where he could bring his A team, which was Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair, and they would come in, sit in a big building, sell the dadgum thing out, and kill it deader than Kelsey's what, and then the next day we start rebuilding again. You understand?
Yeah.
That's how I made my living, and I was very, very good at it. And a lot of people knew, and if the ones that was with me know that, brother, oh boy, I loved it, and I loved doing it. And if I could go back, I might change some things, maybe make a little bit more money, because now the money being made is outrageous.
It's a lot.
I mean, it's so not funny that it's funny. Okay.
Right.
The money that we made.
Yeah.
Blazing the territories for these young guys now to complain and about working 15 times a month or 20 times a month. We work 20 times in a week.
Right. One week.
1 week.
Yeah.
How but we loved it.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think in lies the difference.
Yes.
But Sting, after he put the paint on and started getting a big everything, he lost it. He in his book he says how much he lost it.
That's true.
Himself.
Yeah, he did.
And that's the kind of guy he is. Your head goes whoop like that, and then you can't deal with the people that helped you go up that ladder. You got to face them coming down that ladder.
That's true.
That's the key.
That's
the key. Can I go up that ladder? Yeah, I can go up that ladder. I can be the world heavyweight champion, but I'm going to be the same guy getting up there as the same guy coming down, because I'm going to meet the same people coming down that I met going up.
Yeah.
I'm going all over Black Bart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, go ahead.
Yeah.
So no.
All right, last one. Cola saying Andre the Giant, but I'm gonna defer this to your interviews because you had a video about Andre on your interview. So go to Title Match Wrestling for that. All right, last one. Soul Man Rocky Johnson, the late Soul Man Rocky Johnson, just recently passed away.
I held Rock in my hands when he was a baby. Okay, me and Rocky Johnson go back to my training days. Okay, Rocky Johnson was going to train old Black Bart. Well, then it was Arkansas Strangler. It was Strangler Malakoff. some names you may not know that I wrestled under, but I can't. I'm sorry my condolence to the family, and I love what The Rock, and I love watching his movies. He makes great movies, but Rocky Johnson. I'm just gonna lay it out there. Rocky Johnson put me with he was either a Navy SEAL or he was a Marine or something. And I was just a snot-nosed kid of 17, 18 and he put me on a concrete slab. Okay. I'm in a concrete slab, a square concrete slab. And he was suplexing me on it. He was slamming me on it. He was sidewalk slamming me on it. He was arm dragging me on it. Every bump that would take, he was giving to me. I was taking the bump. Yeah. I was taking the bump. And this went on for 4 days. And I kept coming back. I kept coming back. I kept coming back. I kept coming back because I wanted to be a wrestler. And I was willing to do whatever it takes. Yes, sir. Okay. Finally, on the 5th day, Rocky walked out there and said, "Bart, you owe me $8,000 or $85,000, $8,500 or $7,500 or something like." And I told him, I said, "Mr. Johnson, if I had that kind of money, I wouldn't want to be a wrestler." I said, "I ain't got that kind of money." And I walked off, and that was the last time I ever seen him. I mean, I never, I wrestled for Peter Mavia and Miss Mavia over in Hawaii. That was The Rock's granddaddy and grandma. I'm talking about Rocky Dwayne Johnson. Yeah. And but I never met the guy during my career, so I never really got to know him, you know. And you know, but pretty much that's my story about him. I mean, I wasn't around him, you know. I didn't, other than that one time. That was the only time that I was ever around him. Now, Dwayne, like I said, I held him in his arm when he was a little baby. I held him in my hands. Wow. He was a little bitty, teeny tiny baby. But I don't guess I've ever even met him in the dressing room, you know. But
as an adult, you never have?
Never have. No.
As a baby, you held him in your arms. But
held him in my hands. Held him in my hands, played with him, kicked him around, you know, rolled him around, you know. No, he was just a little infant. I wasn't kicking him enough. I wonder what that bump was on the side of his head for.
I was that compactor.
No, I didn't. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I did not.
All right, so we got some shout outs before we go, and I got something for you, man. I got a special something for you.
All right, brother.
Alan saying, "Hi, Bart, thank you for everything you did for wrestling. I remember watching Kamala in World Class in UWF. I'd love to see him in the Hall of Fame this year. Your thoughts on Kamala?"
My thoughts on Kamala. Oh man, James. You know, he owned a barbecue place in Mississippi, somewhere in Mississippi. One of the nicest black guys that I ever been around, brother. Kamala, he was as close to a friend to me as that I had. Okay, but maybe because of Akbar, or just because we kind of clicked, because all he was an old country boy, and all I was an old country boy, and I had heard that James lost a leg. Yes. Okay? And I didn't respond because I've lost 2 toes on my left foot, okay, from being diabetic, okay. But the reason I haven't lost a foot or leg is because I try to. My wife makes me take care of myself, and my hat's off to my wife, Linda. Old Bart wouldn't be here. Old Bart wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. I'd have drank myself to death. But the second time I was reading about James, he losing it. A year later, he lost his other leg.
Yeah.
And brother, I called him and I said, and it is hard to talk about it because I've last Thursday one of my toes on the same foot, I peeled the thing back. I peeled my toenail back, and I thought I was going to have to go and get another one cut off. You understand? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I called James. I got his number through. I think I got it somewhere through James Beards or Akbar, or somehow I got James's number anyway. I called old James. I said, James, I said, brother, I don't know what to say. And I didn't. I honestly, God didn't know what to say because and I've lost toes and stuff. And I said, brother, you're losing your leg. He James said, hey Bart, don't worry about it. I'm going to get my prostheses and I'm going to be jumping around on trampolines. I'm going to be better than I was before. And I said, brother, I don't know how you keep that stiff upper lip or whatever you want to call it, brother, because hopefully you will. And Randy Colley, on the 24th of December, Randy Colley died. And I thought Randy Colley was already dead. I thought he'd been dead for like 7 years because we was doing a guitar. He was going to teach me how to I know the chords and stuff, but I don't know how I can't get the strumming down. Wow, man, I got to quit. The Randy, his son wrote on, they're willing my dad a month before this, they're willing my dad in to cut his leg off. And then on the 24th, Randy, he wrote on there, my daddy died. And I said, I didn't get to talk to Randy on the phone, brother. I wanted to talk to Randy on the phone, but he died. And I can't, I can't take it back. I want to not take it back. Not. I ain't got nothing to take back, but I wanted to talk. I thought he died. And I didn't want to call up there and say, "Hey, is Randy there?" What if they ain't there? I mean, what if he had died? But anyway, he's up in heaven. He was a good one. He was my friend. You don't have very many friends, brother, in this life. Yep. And more especially in the wrestling business. And I'm telling you, man, rejoice with your friends and give them a hug and tell them you love them and because I may not be here next week. I want everybody to know that I love them, and I don't care. You can cuss me, you can call me names, you can call me whatever you want, as long as you call me, tell me you love me every now and then. I can't. Oh man, I can't. I'm gonna have to get off here, brother. You better hurry up.
Well, I got something for you, man. I got something for you. I'm glad that you said that. On that note, I got a little something for you, buddy. Here you go. Oh, Black Bart, my man. Hey, look, we want to wish you, on behalf of the PNP Nation, we want to wish you a happy birthday. This is your birthday is in a couple days, but we wanted to celebrate you tonight on episode 409 of the Pancakes and Powerslams show, the Black Bart birthday celebration. Crazy that out of 409 episodes, out of almost 8 years of the show, you are hands down, according to my fan base, the best guest on the show, period. And I've had over 150 well-known superstars here on the show. And my fans love you, man. And guess what? I love you too, brother. Ain't a daggum thing you can do about it. Enjoy your birthday, man. Let's have some fun tonight. And God bless you, brother. There you go, man.
God bless you, brother. Thank you, my man. To all my fans out there and everything, I'm sorry. I got emotion. I am.
No, don't apologize for that, man. No. I'm not gonna let you do that. Nope. Okay. I'm not gonna let you do that, man.
I love each and every one of you.
Yep. And, yeah, you got some love, man. You got some love. Happy birthday from Elvis.
Chris
Cole
Featherstone.
Yep, you got it.
I got it right. Bob, what is this one here, brother?
You got it.
What is that one?
These days, some fans or even younger wrestlers trying to make in the business have no respect for those that paved the way. My father introduced me to wrestling because he worked concession stands at shows with legends like the Funks and Wahoo. I definitely have the utmost respect for you and every legend and what you went through.
Thank you, brother.
It was amazing. We love you, Bart. Amazing. Happy birthday. So you're getting a lot of love, my brother.
Thank you, my man. Thank you, fans, and y'all don't know how much old Bart loves you. I love each and every one of you, and I will to the day I suck at last breath. God bless y'all. And Chris always wants me to do an interview. I don't know. I'm gonna try to do an interview here right quick.
Yeah.
Don't mind, brother. There's things that goes on in this business that we can't have a lot to do with. We can't have a lot to say about it, but we can do one dadgum thing: love and respect. Love and respect. There ain't a dadgum thing that you can do.
My man, I love you, brother.
Wow, brother.
Right. It's always a pleasure to have my man on there. Black Bart on the show, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Cole said interview of the year, that's only January. Right, exactly. Oh, man. That was awesome, guys. That was absolutely awesome. My guy, Black Bart. Every single time, it's always something that's even better when he's on the show, man. That's my guy. All right, so let's get into some Royal Rumble talk. Got a lot to talk about today. Also, including a lot of Royal Rumble trivia. So we got some 80s and 90s Royal Rumble trivia for you all to put on your thinking caps. You can put on your old your big Black Bart hat on. So before we get to Royal Rumble talk, first question of the night, going back to the trivia is back, ladies and gentlemen. We've been there's been a lot going on with time constraints and things like that, but I want to make sure that's one of the featured parts of the Pancakes and Powerslam show is trivia. So the trivia question, one of the trivia night, I got a lot. So the first one is this. Boom. Who was the runner-up of the 1988 Royal Rumble? Who was the runner-up of the 1988 Royal Rumble? Oh, we'll talk about Bianca Belair, her Royal Rumble performance here in a bit. Cole. All right, first trivia question on deck. Who was the runner-up of the 1988 Royal Rumble match? Who was the runner-up? Who y'all got? Royal Rumble 1988 runner-up. Nope, it wasn't Hogan, Elvis. Elvis says Hogan. Nope, it was not Hogan. It was not Hogan. I'll give you a a hint. He became that character. That was my hint. That was my hint. We use his initials in shorthand now. Nope, not Steamboat, not Brett. I've already stumped the PNP Nation already. I've stumped the PNP Nation already on the very first question. Woo-wee. What's up? What's up with my scholarly professional wrestling quiz masters? You guys don't know the runner-up of the 1988 Royal Rumble. I'll even give you a hint, guys. Jim Duggan won the Royal Rumble. Who did he eliminate last? Who did he eliminate last? I am so... Oh, who the heck was that? You don't know who he was? You just looked it up, didn't you? You just looked it up. You just looked it up, Cole. I'm surprised you don't know who he was. I thought somebody would have known that, though. Nope, it wasn't JYD. That was a good guess, though. I'll give you a good guess there. Wasn't. Wow, I'm surprised you all didn't know this stuff. One Man Gang. One Man Gang was the runner-up of the 1988 Royal Rumble. You said you had to. You had to. You didn't know a One Man Gang? What? I'm very surprised about that. Very, very surprised about that. He became Akeem. I'm trying to pull up a picture of the One Man Gang. There you go. Here's one. There you go. All right. I'll enlarge this for you. Booyah. One Man Gang. There you go. So Duggan, he won. And then you have One Man Gang right there. Royal Rumble, 1988. All right. Oh, I'm gonna give you another one. I stumped you. I stumped you in the first question, PNP Nation. What? That's a surprise. All right, let's do another one. Here we go. Who did Bret Hart defeat to retain the WWE Championship at the 1993 Royal Rumble? Who did Bret Hart defeat to retain the WWE Championship at the 1993 Royal Rumble? Who you got? Who you got? Yeah, Robbie. One Man Gang was known for the denim cutoff vest. That's true. There was only 20 inches in that Royal Rumble. Yep. There you go, Elvis. Razor Ramon. Good job, Elvis. Razor Ramon. All right, that's 2 for now. That's 2 for now. Yep, there you go. There you go, Cole. There you go, Michael. Razor Ramon. Yep, 1993. All right, so let's talk about the 2020 Royal Rumble. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, PNP Nation? 2020 Royal Rumble match. We got a lot of headlines tonight too. Yeah, we got a lot of headlines tonight too to talk about. Evan may be joining us. He had a bit of an emergency. I just talked to him probably about 10 minutes ago, 7-10 minutes ago, but he had an emergency, so he could be jumping on with us before the show's up. All right, so let's see. 2020 Royal Rumble. What do y'all thought? What are your grades? What are your grades? What are your grades? Ask Chris questions. Of course, we have that. What you guys got? Ricochet got robbed. Oh goodness, Elvis. No, he didn't. He got tossed over the ring. He got manhandled. He did assist Brock Lesnar to get eliminated. Joshua thought it was a good Rumble. Brian thought the Lesnar thing ruined it. I partially agree with that. I'll get a little bit more into it. B+ for Cole. Okay. That's funny. I hope Rico was watching. I was thinking about Rico when Santina came out. Yeah, because that was his music. Joshua liked the Lesnar part of it. Elvis thought it was a C+ as far as the Rumble. Disappointed you with Keith Lee, Aleister Black, and Bianca. Lexi, we'll get to that Van Hammer question. I like it. I like that question. I just saw that a few days ago, about 2 or 3 days ago. Yes, I see. This is probably the most accurate to what I believe. Antoine thought it was a B+. So yeah, I'm in camp right there because that's what I believe. That's where I go to, because now I was adamantly disagreeing with what happened in the beginning of the Royal Rumble. Now, the Women's Royal Rumble I thought was trash. I didn't like it at all. I didn't think Charlotte. I didn't think it was a point of her winning. Of course, there's the thing with Rhea Ripley, but I don't think that Charlotte needed a Royal Rumble win to challenge Rhea Ripley for the title, for the NXT Championship. Charlotte's a 10-time world champion. She could just appear on an NXT 1 week and say, hey, I want to challenge you. I've been champ for 10 times. I want to challenge you. That's all she needed to do. She did not need to win a Royal Rumble. It was originally slated for Shayna Baszler to win, but they changed it to Charlotte. I didn't want Baszler to win either, although she's slated to go against Becky Lynch at Mania. Yikes. I mean, like, you have Ronda Rousey, who's much, I mean, I don't want to, I don't want to just throw shade on Baszler, but I don't see just big, huge Mania moment with Shayna Baszler and Becky Lynch. I do not think that the fans will be into that. I just don't. I mean, it's for a WrestleMania, match. You have to think this is the biggest show of the year, the biggest match of the year. You're coming to tell me that Shayna Baszler is going to compete against Becky Lynch. Now, this is the person who went against Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair last year in the main event of WrestleMania. Now, ain't gonna be no women's main event this year based on how they've been booking the women's talent. They've done a poor job overall. People like Asuka and, trying to find places to put Naomi and have her sit around for a while. I'm glad that she came back. But I mean, it's not going to mean nothing. On the other hand, I really like what they did with Bianca Belair. I think they did a fantastic job with Bianca Belair. 8 eliminations. I'm like, and then you're going to have Baszler have 8 eliminations. I'm like, come on now. Let the woman have 8 eliminations by herself. Let Bianca Belair, she was in there for a long time. Let her have her moment. Why would you dilute it like that? Baszler didn't need 8 eliminations. And even in the Rumble, she didn't look too, I mean, like, I don't know. It's just, I like Baszler in NXT. I like her in that slot. I think she's a really good heel in NXT, but I just don't see mega marquee WrestleMania with Shayna Baszler. Character-wise, interest-wise, Bianca Belair is much more of a marquee name and interest than Shayna Baszler is. Now, all day long, I would have been okay with Bianca Belair winning. When they I know that they weren't going to have her win, but she's money. I mean, absolute money. And I think I would have been cool with her winning. I know she has Rhea Ripley at TakeOver next year. But at the same time, I don't, it's one of those things that Belair is much more marketable than Shayna Baszler is. Just from a wide, I mean, she has the look, she has the entrance, she has the personality, but Shayna Baszler does not have, she doesn't have that it factor, and she's almost 40 years old. I believe she'll be 40 years old this year. So, I mean, there's comments to saying that she's not ready yet. But here's the thing. That's right. They need to find the next superstar woman to push her. But here's the thing, guys. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean that you should be handed an opportunity. Now, Shayna Baszler was probably the most dominant champion in all of NXT, other than Asuka. And so she proved her point in NXT, but NXT is perfect for her. She doesn't need a lot of personality, but NXT and then Raw and SmackDown are just two different animals. WWE, that's why people can't really compare WWE to AEW. WWE is characters, it should be at least, characters, money-driven, promotion, advertisement, who can get you in a place that will draw you money from outside people. That's how it was and how it should have been and should be. They fail at doing that a lot of times, which is why they bring back the Undertakers and the Goldbergs, the Brock Lesnars. It shows that characters matter. You can have catch can clinics for an hour as much as you want with Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins isn't drawing the money. Brock Lesnar with 8 suplexes is drawing the money. Let's be honest here. And people like Shayna Baszler, who can go. She can go in the ring. I like Shayna Baszler, but I like her in the NXT spot. I think she's very perfect for that. As far as WrestleMania is concerned, I mean, I go. This will be my 4th straight WrestleMania covering the event, and I'm looking. I'm doing it from a lens of a journalist and from the lens of a fan. From a lens of a fan, that is definitely not something that I look forward to. I'm not looking forward to that match. I'm not looking forward to Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. It should be somebody. I mean, I would look forward to Becky versus Asuka, but they blew that off at the Rumble. So yeah, it's tough because I'm it's one of those things that you got to get me hooked from a storyline arc. You got to get me hooked up from a character. Here's the thing with WrestleMania, there's very little semblance of Raw or SmackDown should I see at WrestleMania. It should be a league of its own. It should be a whole different world. I shouldn't see something that I could see on Raw and SmackDown. Simple as that. So yeah, that's as far as the woman's. Men's, I was very critical in the beginning toward the Lesnar thing. I've changed that a little bit. I've changed that opinion a little bit. I think it was a cool as far as the story is concerned, as far as the big Royal Rumble, and it was good to that drawing all that to get McIntyre over. I've said this on the show. I've said this on the show for many weeks. I can see Drew McIntyre being the one claymoring Brock Lesnar outside of the ring. And that's exactly what happened. I've been saying that for weeks. But the way that they did it was a bit odd. Thinking about it, it makes sense because that's drawing a bunch of heat and basically putting it over to McIntyre, which makes sense. That's how you should draw. That's how you should build up a babyface, an opponent to a heel. Here's my biggest gripe, though. You're trying to push Eric Rowan. He's gone in seconds. John Morrison just debuted, and he just gets thrown over the ring. You're trying to make Elias a babyface, and he's running away, and he just basically gets manhandled. So it's like you can't. I mean, let's be honest here. You have the Cedric Alexanders, you have the Kurt Hawkins, the Zack Ryders, the Revivals. You have those talents that just aren't doing much. Miz was able to get past the Lesnar manhandling. I would have switched Morrison with Miz. Morrison is the bigger is the bigger ticket right now as far as Miz and Morrison, because Morrison just came back. So I wouldn't have done that with Morrison. I think that was a bad call. But yeah, as far as the second half, the latter half, like Jeremy was saying, the latter half, I loved it. I loved the latter half of the Royal Rumble. And I liked the first half in hindsight because of the heat that it drew. I just think that it was a bad call of the list of people, the choices of people he just thrown over the ropes like that. So that was my opinion on Royal Rumble. The rest of the I think that Kofi should have been the one that gave Lesnar the low blow instead of Ricochet. That would have made much more sense from a storyline standpoint. I think that would have been much better to still protect Kofi, and basically that would have been his redemption for that 8-second or whatever loss it was. You had the championship for 6 months, and you basically get manhandled by Lesnar. That would have been a moment of, and plus Lesnar's on Raw now, so that would have been Kofi's moment to get back at Lesnar for beating him in that fashion. That spot should have been Kofi. And then, he didn't have his spot, this year. That basically was over with. So they gave Kofi a little bit of love because he stayed in with Big E and, Big E and eventually Mysterio and eventually Big E, I think it was the order. So they gave him some love. He had some type of leverage, to Lesnar. He was doing a little bit of things, but I think that low blow that Ricochet did, unless they're setting up future for Lesnar Ricochet, unless they're going to do a throwaway blow-off match, in February or March between Ricochet and Lesnar, which I don't see them doing, but they could. I just don't think you have Lesnar defend the title against anybody, unless they do it at Saudi. If they did it at Saudi, I'd be okay with it, but there's no way that Lesnar's going to lose the championship between now and Mania. So any world title match you do, any WWE championship match you do between now and Mania, it's not going to make sense because the marquee, the draw, is Drew versus Brock. So there's no way that he's going to do that. I can see them doing Brock and Ricochet as a throwaway at Saudi, just for Lesnar to get that Saudi money. I can see that. I mean, that's really the only way that makes sense for Ricochet to low blow him, and Ricochet tried to stand up to him on Raw, and I get all that. I even heard there was a rumor at one point in time that they were interested in doing Ricochet versus Brock at Rumble, and I'm glad that they didn't do that. I'm glad that And you know, I've said before, I was cool with Brock being in the Rumble. I think that was a good call. Just the names, you know, that they used for him to look good. They could have spared some of those people. All right, let's as far as the rest of the Royal Rumble is concerned, I'm glad I didn't give it to Reigns. I've said that before. I've actually wrote an article about why Roman Reigns shouldn't have won. He was slated to win. I'm glad that they didn't have him win. He was already getting booed. He was even getting booed in San Antonio. So y'all have to be very, very, very smart about that. Very smart about not getting him back to that. You have to be. That's what I was sharing with one of my good friends. I said, you know what? You need that sweet spot. You can't go too far here. You can't go too far here with Reigns. You got to stay in that sweet. You got to stay in that sweet spot. Yeah, cream of the crop. Yeah, you got to get that cup of coffee. Yeah, man. Wow, freak out. You got to have that cup of coffee, man. That sweet spot, man. And yeah, you got to do that Roman Reigns. You can't have him win the Royal Rumble. I'm glad they didn't have him do it, and that's coming from someone who Roman Reigns is my favorite wrestler in the WWE. So I'm glad they didn't do that. Him beating Corbin was a good call. It was a way to get him some, you know, back to getting cheers again. Andrade is out for 30 days. I heard that Heyman, the reason why he didn't lose the U.S. title on Raw against Humberto Carrillo was Heyman is real big on Andrade. He wants him to be like one of the flagship, you know, names on Raw. Personally, I don't see it, but Heyman sees a lot in Andrade. So he didn't want him to lose the title yet. So that doesn't guarantee that Humberto won't win it. But he's apparently Heyman sees a lot in Carrillo too. I don't right now. The U.S. title picture is just a dud. Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo for the United States Championship. That does not ring WrestleMania to me whatsoever. No way in the world. Not even close. Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend. You know, solid match. I was expecting The Fiend to win. It was decent. Lynch and Asuka. Yeah, it was all right. It was a good match. The fans weren't into it too much. And Bayley and Lacey Evans was probably the worst match of the night. I was not into that at all, and I didn't think I was going to be. Let's see what we have here as far as Rumble is concerned. Ask Chris. Elvis is asking, did I mark out when Edge's music hit? Partially. I think it was a good moment. I enjoyed it. I've never been a big Edge fan either. I've always liked Christian better than Edge, honestly. But at the same time, knowing that he was medically forced to retire, looks amazing. I watched the video that he had with Sheamus. You know, he was getting trained. Sheamus was helping him, and I knew that he was ripped before he came out because of that. So, but yeah, he looks great, man. 46 years old, looks the best he's ever been. You know, I think he debuted in like 90. I think he debuted in WWE like 98, I believe it was. And so, you know, what, 20 years later, you know, 24 years later, or what, 22 years later, almost 22 years later, he looks better than what he's ever did. You know, he's, was it 98 to the, 96 that he debuted. So yeah, 24 years ago. So within 24 years, this is the best that he's ever looked at 46 years old. So kudos to that, man. You know, that's awesome. I love the moment. It was good. I love surprise entrance. That's one of my favorite moments of the Royal Rumble. One of my favorite parts of Royal Rumble was the surprise entrance. And people are like sleeping on MVP. Like, let's not sleep on the fact that MVP came back too. And I think that's pretty dope too. I enjoyed MVP coming back. People, Edge's returns kind of overshadowing MVP's entrance, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed MVP coming back too. Yeah, so I was cool. I was cool with it. I was definitely cool with it. Let's see what else we got. As far as Royal Rumble, all right, I think we're cool with Royal Rumble. Marissa does not like the women's division. I agree. It's not very good. Fun fact: Edge was working WWE without a contract for $210 per week. They paid his college debt too. That's pretty awesome. Was MVP a one and done? Well, he competed on Raw, and they were saying as if he's back. So, because Tom Phillips said it was his last time, and then Lawler corrected it and said that that's not the case. So I don't see MVP being nothing but like a Shelton Benjamin, which is sad because MVP is just laced with charisma, and that would be a really odd spot to put MVP and just an enhancement spot. I think that was odd. That would be odd, very much, very, very much. Yeah. So, okay. So let me answer these Ask Chris questions. Let's start with Lexi. Okay, good questions. Good questions, PNP Nation. Let's go up to Lexi's question about Van Hammer. As soon as I find it. Here it is. What are your thoughts on Van Hammer's latest DUI arrest? Reports are saying that he hit a 5-year-old on a bike. Yeah, so I saw that. Actually, let's pull it up. What are my thoughts on it? He needs to go to jail if it's a DUI. So TMZ reported it. Before, actually, you know what? Speaking of TMZ, they got a lot of flack on Kobe Bryant. So from what I heard, I don't know how true this is, but they didn't get clearance from Kobe's family before they posted that stuff, which is not good at all. And definitely my prayers go out to all of the victims of that tragic helicopter crash. Kobe Bryant is a legend in the business, one of the greatest of all time as a basketball player. I would challenge people to not allow his influence to get in the way of 6 other people, or at least 5 other people, because his daughter's in the limelight too, as far as being his daughter. But there were 7 other people on there that just lives were just as important as Kobe Bryant's. So let's all 9 of them, let's pray for their families in this very, 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 very tough time. And I was reading Psalm 115 today, and it talks about just not unto us, but to your name we give you glory. And it talks about the dead's going to be in the grave, but those who are alive, you never know. Take this moment, to really praise God. And it's one of those things, man, that someone dying at the age of 41 is to me would be tragic, because I can't imagine living in my son and my granddaughter, you know, Kobe's daughter. I can imagine living to witness that. You know, that's just tragic. That's just absolutely tragic. We never know. We never know what tomorrow brings. We just don't. We don't have the ability to control it. Only God does. We don't have the ability to. We can just do our best as we wake up every morning. We can do the best to love God, love people. It's very clear of what Scripture says: love God, love people, and yeah. I mean, that's the best we can do. I mean, we can't control, you know, being on a helicopter and something happened. We can't control being on the plane and something happened. We can't control driving perfectly and some idiot, you know, running a red light who's drunk or chemically imbalanced in some form. We can't control that. We can't control some illnesses. We can't control some tragedies. We just can't. So we have to really be in a position where we literally wake up every day and we're thankful for life. We're thankful for life. And my prayers go out to every single person on that plane. Actually, I'm gonna try to get the names so I can let's see. I'm gonna give them names. I'm gonna give names. I'm not gonna give aliases. I mean, or I'm not gonna be anonymous. I'm gonna give them names so we all can pray for their families. Jacob Altabelli, Carrie Altabelli, Alyssa Altabelli, she was 13, basketball teammate of Gianna's. And of course, Gianna, Kobe's 13-year-old daughter. Very sad. Kobe, of course. Peyton Chester. She was played for Kobe's girls basketball team alongside Gianna and Alyssa. Sarah Chester. She was accompanying her daughter to the youth basketball game. Christina Malser, one of Bryant's assistant coaches for the girls basketball team. Our Era Zobayan was the pilot. Very sad. So those are the names. We're going to pray for their families and definitely wish just healing in this tough time. So never know, guys. You never know. You never know. You just don't know. So make the best of what you have. All right. Let's do Van Hammer. Let's get into Van Hammer here. So Van Hammer was charged with DUI after he allegedly hit a 5-year-old boy with his car in Florida Sunday afternoon. So he's driving 58 miles per hour in a 35 and drunk. And when he hit the young boy who was riding a bike with training wheels. So the 5-year-old boy suffered possible internal injuries, taken to a nearby hospital, and where he remains in stable condition, thankfully. I think there's a video here. Okay, there's the video So we're gonna play that here. Man, I've got a 5-year-old son who just turned 5 last weekend. Man, that bothers me. That bothers me that people can't control themselves. That kid could have died, man. 58 and a 34. Thank God it was only internal injuries in stable condition. A 5-year-old kid could have died. Come on now. That bothers me. Let's play some of this here.
Hedrith. Public defenders appointed on all cases otherwise stated. We got felony hit and run was the first degree felony, and we got driving under the influence.
Your Honor, I'm showing a 1985 DUI out of Texas, 2004 Georgia DUI.
Your Honor, Mr. Hildreth has lived in Palm Beach County for the last 10 years. He resides in Boynton Beach. He's been employed as a manager for a windows company for the last 7 years. He has ties to the community. We would be asking that you set a monetary bond that he could afford. We would be asking for $10,000 count 1, $3,000 count 2.
All right. No contact with the victim, the minor child. No contact with any witnesses. No alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Subject to testing, random testing for drugs and alcohol.
She's not as you can't have contact with the victims or witnesses.
$75,000 count 1, $50,000 count 2. It's an alternate PBSO house arrest.
All right. So that was the Palm Beach Post that reported that. There's the video on that. All right. Let's address some of these questions here. Apologies if I miss some. There's a lot to talk about here. Please hashtag Ask Chris so I can see it, so I can pop out. Lexi's asking, Matt Riddle seems to be causing major heat by going onto business by himself by booking dream matches. Do you think this will stun his growth in WWE? Do you see him getting frustrated and eventually leaving for another promotion? Okay, so as you normally do, without even knowing, I'm going to talk about this on the headlines. He talks about because he got into a backstage altercation with Goldberg. He did last year, but this at Royal Rumble was with Lesnar. So we'll talk about that part. But as far as your stunning growth by booking dream matches, I don't know about getting frustrated and eventually leaving for another promotion, because if he does that, he won't. There's no chance to have dream matches in the WWE because he won't be a part of the WWE. But as far as him, kind of going in for himself, I think, he's notorious for doing that, man. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't think it will help his WWE career. For what I heard, the short Royal Rumble appearance didn't have anything to do with any heat or anything. That was just part of the plan, but. I think Riddle just needs to calm down. I really do. I think he needs to calm down. I think he is one of those things that if he learns how to control himself, his social media presence, I see so much potential in Riddle. Like, he's so infectious. The bro music, and it's a fun thing. Who doesn't do this, going down to the ring, and it's exciting, man. It's really exciting, and it's fun, and he's the whole bro thing is super cool. So it's like, dude, you've got so much potential, man. Like your gimmick is awesome and it's infectious. So don't ruin what's almost guaranteed to you. You know, it's one of those things. Like, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to be like a big star. So just calm down and relax, man. Calm down. What I think about the strap match? Yeah, I think, like I said, I think it was a solid match. I don't think the strap part of it was obsolete to me because I'm so used to touching the four sides in the strap match. So that wasn't, you know, to me, having a strap match is just not necessary, honestly. So yeah, it was just, I don't find that necessary. But you know, I guess at the end of the day, you're making Bray look better with this whole deal. So, all right, let's see. Robbie's asking, I know this is off topic Royal Rumble, but one thing I've noticed when Lana debuted in WWE with Rusev, they had a thick Bulgarian accent, and now Lana out of the blue loses her accent like Kofi did back in the day. What's the deal? To me, it's weird. I think she started losing the accent when she did the Dolph Ziggler thing, when she was like messing around with Dolph Ziggler a few years back, and then Summer Rae was with Rusev. So I think she's been doing that for a while now. Yeah, I do like Christian more than Edge. Yep. I've always liked Christian more than Edge. I've always liked Matt Hardy better than Jeff. I've always liked Animal better than Hawk. And I've always liked Christian better than Edge. Yeah. Just weird. I guess it's weird. I've always liked Rick Steiner better than Scott Steiner. So yeah, it's for a lot of the teams, I liked the lesser known or the less popular. They both, the tag team's popular, but the less over person. Like Hawk was like the promo. I loved Hawk's promos. I loved Hawk. Hawk is one of the best promo cutters of all time. Well, I love Hawk's promos, but there was just something about the Animal that I enjoyed watching more. I think it was the spider paint, probably. I thought it was cool. Raw closing segment. I personally feel like they should have teamed until Fastlane, but nonetheless a good segment. See, I was expecting them to do RKO at Saudi and doing it that way. So who's the tag team champs right now are Seth and Buddy Murphy. Yeah. I don't like hot shots for titles, so I would pick somebody else. I think they could have done like a Saudi match against like an AOP or just a couple of heels. Maybe the OC would have been decent. I love Drew. I don't think he should have beat both OC. That just ruins. That just ruins any type of momentum they had. That was horrible. Yeah, so if they would have done like OC versus rated RKO, that'd have been good. And then you have Orton turn on Edge at Saudi. So to me, that would have been cool. But on the other hand, I like the fact that they're doing the injury angle to keep Edge off TV. So that keeps his character fresh. And I'm cool with that too. I'm always cool about, I've said this many, 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 many times. Main event characters do not need to be on TV every week, especially world champions. When AJ was champ on SmackDown, his character was so diluted because he was on TV every week for one, and a lot of his matches wouldn't even be main event matches. And he's the champ. He's a WWE champ, and he's not even main eventing SmackDown. How in the world would I think that AJ Styles has credibility as a WWE champion, or I should believe that WWE Championship is something big and different and transcends Raw or SmackDown if the champ isn't even main eventing SmackDown? I thought that was one of the stupidest things. So you don't have to be there every week. And you shouldn't be there every week. And I'm cool with Edge not being there until around Mania, a few weeks before, maybe after Fastlane or whatever. I'm cool with that. Yeah, I think that's a good call for that. All right, I think I'll address one more express question, and then we got some headlines. We got about 30 minutes, guys. Marissa's asking the same thing. So, yep, there you go. All right, Lexi, with the recent announcement of Andrade's suspension coming so close after Bobby Roode, do you think there's a focus on particular wrestlers? What do you think the banned substance is? That's a good question. I think it was. I don't know what it is. It's not marijuana. They just get fined for marijuana, $2,500, I believe. So it's not marijuana. I think Reigns' was Adderall, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I think it was Adderall. Yeah, it was Adderall, 2016. So I don't know if it's that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of what it is. I don't think no one has. I don't think they share that stuff. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. I can find out. I can start digging as far as what it was. Yeah, WWE. Yeah, it just says WWE has suspended Andrade Manuel Oropeza for 30 days, effective immediately for a first violation of the company's test wellness policy. So I think Vince knew Sunday, and some higher ups knew Sunday. As far as I heard, said he had an emergency. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I don't know where it is. I don't know what it is at all. Obviously it was something that I'd imagine he probably knew that he may have got pinged for. So, but yeah, 30 days is his first violation. You don't want to test it of what it is. So yeah, I mean, hopefully it's nothing that is enhancing his like. I hope it's not a PED. You know, like just I don't understand. Like, dude, I was a trainer for 10 years. I don't understand why people would want PEDs. I get it, especially with like the Road Warriors and the big jacked up dudes who want to, you know, look even jacker. You know, I get it. I don't agree with it at all. I was a personal trainer for 10 years, and I don't agree with it whatsoever. That the people taking PEDs, but I understand why people would want to do it for their physique, especially bodybuilders and stuff. But especially someone in WWE, like there's no need for him to do it. Like he's not jacked. I mean, he's in good shape. You know, he's in good shape, but he's not like jacked to the max or like, you know what I mean? Like he's not chiseled in stone, and he doesn't need to be. He's one of the best wrestlers, one of the best, in-ring competitors on Raw. He didn't need it. He doesn't need it. He's good. He's cool. He's good. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is, but we'll see him in a month. Marissa, what are your thoughts on what they did with the Elimination Chamber? I hate the new one. I really missed the old one. Yeah, I mean, I really never really put too much thought into it. I mean, the vent. I did remember when they did do the new one. I didn't notice that it was weirder than the vintage one. But yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on that when when the Elimination Chamber comes back on. When the Elimination Chamber comes up. All right, so we're gonna spend the last 20 minutes doing headlines, but got my boy in the studio. Welcome. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Evan Tech Prout. How are you tonight, sir?
What's going on, man? I'm here, so I'm late. I did get to check the chat, so I appreciate everybody for that concern. I'm okay. My close friend is okay-ish, so just keep her in prayer. But I got the faces of fear, daddy. Faces of fear. I try to bring out the new show. I don't even think I wore this at Mania. Did I wear this in New York?
No, you didn't.
You know I got tons of shirts. Somebody wear it in Florida, but here.
Oh, that's funny.
That's some stuff in the vault.
I love it.
What's up, Cole? What's up, Anton, Lexi? I'm here, brother.
Yes. On the mothership.
Yes.
All right, so let's get into some more trivia before we do these headlines and close for the night. Here we go. What was the main event of the 1997 Royal Rumble? What was the main event of the 1997 Royal Rumble match?
It was interesting about that specific Rumble, paying attention to detail like I do being a TV host, a radio host, and broadcaster. That Rumble is unique because it has the weird camera angle. You know what I mean? Like the whole night, the camera angles are just kind of weird. I don't know if it had to do with the spot that happened or what, but that Rumble always had a unique look, kind of like the old, was it the 02 or the 03 Rumble?
Yeah. Mo, you got it, buddy. Psycho Sid, and the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
That was in Texas too.
Yeah, it was in San Antonio. Yep, it was.
That was in Texas, man.
Yeah,
Elvis, what's going on? What did I miss? Rumble talk.
Yeah, Rumble talk. Talked about Kobe. Talked about we had old Black Bart on, man.
Black Bart, done it.
It was awesome stuff. Next question: who was the first person to win back-to-back Royal Rumble matches, and what years were they? Who was the first person to win back-to-back Royal Rumble matches, and what years were they? There you go. There's the next trivia question before we get to that.
Shout out to Hacksaw Jimmy Duggan, who won the Rumble and nobody remembers it. Nobody talks about it.
88. Yeah,
that was an ugly Rumble. With the cells.
Yeah, it was 20-man Royal Rumble. Yep. First person went back-to-back Royal Rumble, and what years were they? People keep saying Stone Cold, and you are not.
Nope. Correct. Not right at all.
Are not correct.
Not right. Hopefully I sound better. Just say real quick, the Rumble pay-per-view, my grade is a B-. The men's Rumble, I give a B+. The women's Rumble, C+. Good old Daddy's girl, Charlotte Flair, Daddy's girl.
Yep.
Cole got it right.
Yep. There you go, Cole.
What is that hanging over Cole's head? I'm still trying to figure that out. What is that hanging over your head, Cole?
He's got a Kobe picture right now, so I think he changed it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That was definitely heartfelt.
Yeah, definitely.
No, we're warriors of the Lord, and I always get feelings in my spirit. Whenever stuff like that happens, I got it Saturday night. I just felt, and I was asleep, man. I'll tell you, I came home Sunday morning, like 2:00 in the morning. I fell asleep. I cut my phone off, and I know nothing to 4:00 Sunday afternoon. And I woke up and I got inbox, and I was getting flooded. And you know us in the business, if our phone floods, that means somebody in the wrestling business died. I'm like, Who died now? Nope.
Yeah, it was cold.
It was man.
Dude, I was DJing my son's birthday party when I found out. So that was a buzzkill. Yeah, it was. People were just like, "Whoa!" Yeah, we were just like so surprised. So,
how did your wife take it? There's a reason why I asked that. How did your wife respond?
She was sad about it. I mean, she never, followed basketball. Didn't know too much about Kobe at all. So she was sad. Yeah, she was sad.
Yeah, because mine, she not even in the sport. She inboxed me and texted me, and I'm like, Mrs. Tech hit me up about sports. Then my aunt, we ain't watch basketball since Walt Chamberlain.
Right.
People that's not sports fan, my sister-in-law videoed me, and he live in Kentucky. I'm like, my brother-in-law. I'm like, people never talk sports. I mean, we grew up with sports. That's not like us.
Yeah.
And, this was sad. It's praying for the family, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Praying for the family.
Who drew number one at the 1999 Royal Rumble match?
Oh, gosh.
Who drew number one?
I got a confession. I said, hey, on your show first. I think I said on my show to you. I got a confession. I have never, this is me tech, as much as I love wrestling, I have never, to this day, watched the 1999 Royal Rumble ending to end. I've never watched it. Never.
No, Elvis, it was not Shawn Michaels. He was not in the Royal Rumble 1999. Nope. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. The boyhood dream has come true.
Oh, you gotta do the best there.
There you go. There you go. It was me, Austin.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along. I'm not gonna let Ric Flair kill my creation. Let me do the black. I told you got the black chair.
Me and the end.
NWO.
Oh.
It's time to shake things up again. The genetic jackhammer.
No, Cole. McMahon was two. He ended up winning it all because basically it was a part of the Austin McMahon feud. So Austin drew one, and McMahon drew two. So
yes, Marissa. Yes, I've been to what's this shit at Featherstone? My 8th Mania.
Yeah.
Something. I've been front row at Rumbles. I've never watched that Royal Rumble, but for you, I do it for you, and I never did that line. I will watch the 1999 Royal Rumble match. I've seen the pay-per-view the match. I will watch it, and I'll give y'all my thoughts next week.
Nice. All right, guys, we got about 12 minutes, so let's rush through the headlines. I got all these Royal Rumble trivia questions, though. What number did Ric Flair enter at the 1992 Royal Rumble? What number did Ric Flair enter the 1992 Royal Rumble?
You still consider that the GOAT?
I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna review. I'm gonna just think about all of them for a second. It's to me that offhand, yes. I think the one that Taker won was pretty good. 07.
Yeah, Taker and Michaels.
Yeah,
that was up there.
I like that one.
The one that Brock won, 03.
03. Yeah, that was
a good Rumble.
Yeah, honestly, I think 02 was good. Yeah, I think 02 was good. I mean,
Triple H
barring. I mean, not 02.
01.
01, yeah. Well,
yeah,
01 was good, but the Triple H was what Benoit was what 04? Yeah. 02 was really good with Triple H coming back, and that's when so that I think Perfect came back on that one too.
Yeah, Goldust came back.
Goldust came back on that one too. Yeah, the Angle and Jericho was in it for a while. Yeah. I think I really liked those too. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, minus all the craziness, I really liked 04. I really liked Benoit.
It happened. It's gonna have a big old blur in the Royal Rumble match. They ain't gonna show us that big old Black Bart blur.
Yeah, unfortunately. Angle was the runner up, and then 27 Austin. Yeah, it was Angle and Austin, not Angle and Jericho. Jericho beat The Rock on 02 Royal Rumble. He kept the title, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he beat The Rock at Rumble, then Austin the month after, No Way Out.
Which I would dare to say, besides Orton and Christian, I would dare to say that Rock and Jericho probably had the best triple, the 3 matches, No Mercy Rumble and Undisputed. Not Undisputed. What was that? The Hammer. The Undisputed title. No, I'm talking with Jericho won it. That be Vengeance. Vengeance. I dare to say those 3 matches, some of the best ever.
Rock Jericho. Yep. All right. So we're running out of time, guys. We gotta go out of time. Let's jump on these headlines. I was trying to get all these Royal Rumble questions out, but I'll just I'll save some of them until next week. I think we can do one more. I think we have time for one more as we get into the headlines. Here's a good one. Who were the last 2 people Shawn Michaels eliminated at the 1995 and 1996 Royal Rumble matches? Were the last 2 people that he eliminated at 95 and 96?
That's a good one.
That is the next question.
That is a good one.
Probably the last question of the night for trivia. Who were the last 2 people Shawn Michaels eliminated at the 95 and 96 Royal Rumble matches?
And if we got headlines.
Yeah.
The headlines of music.
What y'all got, guys? What y'all got? As soon as we get this, we'll spend the next 10 minutes on headlines. Flavor of the week is supposed to be the there you go. Feel the bang. Best Intercontinental Mania matches of all time was supposed to be the Flavor of the week. I don't know if we'll have time for that, so maybe you guys can just shoot some stuff out there. But y'all don't know. All right, I'm gonna give y'all like 10 seconds. So the runner-ups to the 1995 and 96 Royal Rumble.
Anton said Fatu Crash Bulldog Dude.
Nah, none of them are correct. All right, I think this is the second one I stumped y'all with. No, Razor Ramon was not one of them. All right, here they are. The answer is 1995 British Bulldog, 1996 Diesel. Remember, he super kicked them out of the ring.
He kicked the shoulder.
Yeah, he super kicked them. All right, let's get into some headlines, man. Only got a few minutes left, so we got to zoom through these. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. Headlines. Here we go. All right, AJ Styles injured at the Royal Rumble. He may miss WrestleMania 36. It was from a crazy spear spot. When Edge speared him, he tried to really sell it a lot, and he just kind of flipped over and just boom, he just landed right on the shoulder. So separated. That usually doesn't require surgery. If it does require surgery for AJ, might as well kiss WrestleMania goodbye. But I think he should be good. From what I heard, the original plan was AJ Edge Mania, and then they turned that over to Orton, which makes sense too because Orton just turned face. So so it's like you turn face and then you turn heel again. It just all these face heel back and forth flops. Just it's bad. It's terrible. It doesn't really make someone feel stable. So hopefully AJ's back before Mania. I don't know where to put him. Maybe a triple threat, perhaps.
Like the IC title or something, like the US title. The title nobody cares about. Give it to AJ. Then
Andrade champ, and then Nakamura's IC champ. So I don't even know where you'd put him though. Like, yeah, it'd be
doing Money in the Bank. Do something. Like care about them titles. Same time I forgot Nakamura was IC champ.
Yeah. It's no. So I think he should be good. I think he should be good for a separate. If it's just a separated shoulder, which is reported to be, I think that shouldn't make him out too long. Hopefully not. All right, so Brock Lesnar and Matt Riddle have a backstage altercation. So from what I think, Alex McCarthy at TalkSport, I think he was backstage and reported that basically Lesnar kind of pulled him aside. I think he from what I heard, he pulled him aside and he said, let me actually find out. Let's see. He grabbed his shoulder to get his attention and he said, "Kid, you might as well stop saying my name and tagging me in S because you and I will never work together ever." So that's what he told Matt Riddle. Bro. So from what I heard, Riddle kept his composure about it. And
he had no choice. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, Matt Riddle?
He did the same thing for Lesnar for Goldberg. He just kind of kept his composure.
In that Goldberg video, he was like, "Yeah,
yeah, right, yeah." He was just kind of. He's like, yeah. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, bro. I'm not your bro. Yeah, but I don't blame Goldberg, man. I'm like, bro, listen, I'm not your bro. You know, I get it. You know, he's just Riddle, man. Like I said before you came on the show, he's fun. His character is exciting. It's energetic. It's charismatic. But it's like, dude, calm down, man. You're already guaranteed. You're almost guaranteed like you're going to be a star in NXT at least. Because your character's so infectious, but it's like, man, don't shoot yourself in the foot, man.
Matthew Riddle, just stop. Just
stop.
I mean, you're calling out Goldberg, like the little engineer kid. You're calling out all these big giants, Goldberg, call out Brock of all people.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not on their level. You can say what you want to say. I mean, it's a free country, but it's also about having tact. Or just knowing when to say something and when not to.
Especially when WWE is watching your every move. Yeah. Samoa Joe suffers concussion on Raw. See, this is mistimed injury. Just a terrible timing for Samoa Joe. That same thing happened to him a couple years back, man.
You know, and our buddy, Ken Anderson, you've had him on your show multiple times. I've interviewed him a few times. Some people just had an injury bug where I think that some people bodies they're just injury prone. Yeah. I mean, look at Eric Romo was injury prone for a while.
Yeah, Sasha Banks too. I heard
Sasha Banks
recently got a concussion again too.
Joe made the debut against Rollins, but he got hurt.
And
he was hurt. Then he was hurt with his feet with Kofi.
Yep.
And then I met Joe before. Joe's a cool dude. He legit has a temper, but some people just when he's older, like he didn't get this hurt.
Yeah, it's getting worse too because I believe he's 40 now. He'll be 41.
Yes, I mean, I hope he does well. I mean, I think Joe could be a lot bigger star than what he is in WWE. Just he doesn't fit the WWE mold.
Yeah. I like where they have him now in the face spot with Owens. I like that, but unfortunately, I mean if he's not cleared, man, it's another WrestleMania he's missed because of injury. So that's very sad.
Good point, Brian.
So here we go. Easier to get concussions after you get the first one. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Good morning, Brian.
All right, man. We ain't got enough time to talk about this, but we'll just talk about it a little bit, man. He's coming back. He's coming back, man.
Told you, man.
He's coming back. No. You said Mania. I've said Saudi.
Hey,
I've been said Saudi.
Yeah, but this is the John the Baptist to the Jesus Christ. This is going to pave the way, if you will, for the WrestleMania. You picked all the Saudi. You talked about this in New York at the Airbnb, 3 o'clock in the morning, WrestleMania morning. He was like, "No, bro, it's Saudi Arabia." I was like, "All right."
That's exactly what I said. I said Sting is going to compete in Saudi Arabia. I've been saying that, like you said, since last year. I said he's not going to come back at Mania, but he's going to come back at Saudi, and there's support that he's coming back. So
I got friends that said the Saudi Prince probably keep naming old wrestlers because that's all he knows.
Yeah, exactly.
So who is he gonna go against?
I'm for it though. I'm for it. If he wins the match, here's the deal. Win. Exactly. He better match. They have done such a poor job. They've done such a terrible job with booking Sting in the WWE, and he has to win this match. So who does he beat? That is my thing. Who does Sting beat?
Ziggler got beat up by Goldberg.
Yeah, but it'll be somebody on Raw, I'd imagine. He wouldn't be going SmackDown.
And don't have him talk. Can we get back to the Sting that don't talk? Just point the bat.
And that's what I liked about his WWE run for a lot, especially the Triple H, because he didn't hardly say anything. It was just those like vignettes that were just kind of like tease and stuff like that. I'm cool with the vignettes if he doesn't talk.
Cole.
What happened?
Cole said something I didn't think about. He said it has to be Triple H. What happened if it's because Triple H gotta have every Saudi match in Mania. Sting Triple H too. I hope not. Oh my gosh. No one really needs to carry Sting. Let me defend Sting real quick. Come on, man. Sting can go. Taker can go. It's healthy.
Elvis, love you, man. Love you. But you're the worst booker of the PFP Nation, man. I cannot do it, man. I can't with you with your booking.
Wait, did you say Ricochet?
Ricochet. I can't.
This match gonna be ugly.
Elvis, man, you the man, but your booking is just not. It's not up to par when it comes to big shows. All right, real quick. Let's think of an opponent for Sting who's on the Raw roster, who's big enough for him to go against.
Aleister Black.
No, because he's a face.
Oh man, that'll be a big show.
Man, who's like a top heel on Raw right now?
Lashley.
Unless you do, I'd be cool with Sting Rollins again. I'll be cool with Sting Rollins. I mean, they probably won't have to. There's probably no need to defend the tag team title at Saudi. So I'll be cool with Sting Rollins. Elvis says Orton. I'd be super cool with Orton. See, okay, you're on my good graces again, Randy. I'll be cool with Orton. The only thing is he's way too heavy in this feud with Edge now. Yeah, I think I'll be cool with Sting Seth. I think that's where I'm gonna land as far as where it should be.
And Sting beat Seth, and then how do you build up the Sting against Taker?
You don't, because there won't be one. So what you do is you'll have I'd be cool with the tag team match at Mania with Sting and Taker together, because that would be their match. Because here's the thing. Sting will lose, and I keep saying this, Evan. Sting will lose the match at Mania, so that will continue to tarnish his WWE legacy or tenure.
He can lose the Taker. It's no big deal. Everybody else does.
No.
The fact is that he lost to Triple H as a pawn for The Rock, which didn't even happen.
And that's exactly why he can't afford to lose another match. Simple as that. He can't afford. Sting cannot afford to lose another match. He lost to Triple H and he lost to Seth Rollins. And he beat the Big Show, kind of, and then won a tag match on Raw. Nah, that's not that cannot happen. Sting can't afford to lose. As much as they've tarnished his WWE career, he can't afford to lose another match. And I don't want to see Sting take her. Plus, I don't want to see Sting lose at WrestleMania. Like, no. You haven't built him up strong enough for that. So
last time we saw Sting do anything in the ring, he attacked. Actually, it's funny, Bo Dallas. He got death dropped by Bo Dallas on the Raw after.
Yeah.
I don't know when that was.
I don't remember, but no, I don't want to.
I know you'll be watching Super Showdown.
Yeah, I will be. I like the Saudi events, so I enjoy them. All right, y'all, we got to roll. Real quick, let's do Flavor of the Week. We really only have we're overtime right now, so let's do Flavor of the Week for like 2 minutes. So we'll be back. Flavor of the Week. It is now time for the Flavor of the Week. All right, guys. What is your favorite Intercontinental title match of all time in WrestleMania? Real quick.
What is yours?
Antoine, you're one of my favorite people on this show, but I will kick you out. I will boot you off. I will ban you for life for a comment like this. Sting shouldn't matter. Yes, it should matter if he loses. What is going on with these crazy opinions? It should absolutely matter if he loses because a lot of the people in WWE don't know, they don't know the legacy. They know of Sting, but they don't know the legacy of Sting that he created in WCW. So I think that's kind of like what WWE's been doing, unfortunately.
Right.
So and that's, you just can't do that. It absolutely should matter. It should always matter if someone loses.
Answer your question. Let's see this. Old school. Look here.
Oh, that's a good one, Cole. Razor vs. HBK WrestleMania 10. Yeah, that's the GOAT right there. Savage and Steamboat. I'll be cool with that. Sting and AJ. I'll be cool with that. If he's cleared up with that. Then he says Sting versus Punk. Elvis,
No.
You can't do that. No way. All right, y'all. We got to roll, man. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. Next week, what's the Flavor of the Week next week? Somebody pick it up. Somebody let me know. Michaels and Razor ladder match for the IC title.
How about this?
Yes, that was WrestleMania 10.
That was IC. What about?
And then they did SummerSlam again. So yeah, I believe that was WrestleMania 10.
What about that's WrestleMania opener?
Opening matches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got to remind me of that. Best WrestleMania opening matches. Okay, I can dig it. Just got to remind me of it, and we will do that.
I got to remind myself first.
Yeah.
Remind you.
Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, guys. Black Bart on the show. Really. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your week of wrestling. God bless. And always remember,
what a time.
I do it for you. Have a good night, everybody. God bless.
Everybody.